What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about Twitter and what a cesspool it has become. Because, believe it or not, I used to go on Twitter, and I'm not sure if it's becoming more like 4chan these days because I've been on both. Obviously, look at me, you know. But it's like I've been on both, and I'm noticing a lot of similarities between 4chan and Twitter these days, in terms of like what kind of content generates interaction, right? Replies and all that. Um, Twitter has truly become worse than 4chan in that regard. You know what I mean? At least 4chan was kind of fun at one point. I mean, they trolled Shia LaBeouf and they did all kinds of cool stuff back in the day. But like, Twitter is just mean spirited. Like, there's no point behind it. There's no like. It's just if you use Twitter, you already know what the drill is. Basically, in order to succeed on Twitter, you have to be the most vile. I don't know. I don't want to cuss on YouTube. I don't know if it gets you banned on here. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, but uh, you know, you basically have to be super vile, to succeed on Twitter. And it's not like you make much money on it either. People barely make any money on on, on Twitter. You make chump change. It's coins. I don't know whether to look here or here, honestly. Temporarily, we're dealing with some temporary financial problems. So I can't quite afford the best equipment right now, but it's coming. We're getting there. Anyway, basically, in terms of Twitter, right? I don't know what the direction of it is going to be. Like, is it going to just turn into 4chan, and become completely unusable at one point? Because 4chan was usable because the point of 4chan was to be vile. The point of 4chan was to. It's not a very market friendly place. Let's put it that way. Uh, but like there was that it was a forum. It was an image forum, and image forums were meant to be this outrageous, chaotic and vile and evil. But 4chan is 4chan. I feel like Twitter is genuinely evil. After the situation with Charlie Kirk, I'm not going to get into that because I think it's obvious at this point. If you're a human being with a soul, you're not going to celebrate and be happy about what happened to that man. But just the reaction to that, that was crazy. And it's been a while since Twitter has been this unusable. Basically, at this point, the only thing that generates interaction on Twitter these days is rage bait, race bait, right? Plenty of that. You walk in there, and it's just a straight up, like, it's a war between people, left and right, left and right. It's like, I'm not a very big conspiracy theorist. That's a lie. I am. But I barely understand, like, one conspiracy theory that I don't really fully understand. Let me adjust the camera. One conspiracy theory that I don't fully understand is the MK Ultra conspiracy. But it's like, from what I understand, 4chan, not 4chan, Twitter, X, right? It's being used for, dare I say, MK Ultra purposes. I mean, my way of looking at it, right, is my way of looking at it is this, right? There's no possible way to spend any time on Twitter these days and come out of it mentally sane. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not mentally good for you. It's not healthy. It can't be healthy. It's like all you get on there is just rage. Like, it's just, the whole point of it is to make you angry. You know what I mean? Angry at everybody, at yourself, at other races, at women, and all that. I understand these things are very complicated to discuss. These are complex subjects. Complex subjects take hours of discussion and analysis and all that. But you know, ultimately, the experience that I personally, maybe it's just me, I don't know, but ultimately, the experience that I have on Twitter is miserable. It's not a funny place. It's not a fun place. It's not. It doesn't inspire anything good. You know. I think this is the whole point of social media these days. Is to just generate as much rage bait as possible. You know, Facebook too, but who uses Facebook anymore? But just as an example, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. It's been years since I've been on Facebook. I mean, I go on there once in a while, but I don't post, I don't, you know, interact with people, I don't do any of that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Facebook turned into the same cesspool as Twitter these days. Same thing, you know, like basically, the more outrageous you are in terms of like race or, yeah, basically this kind of content, right, is what sells these days. I get it. But I wonder if anybody else feels the same way about Twitter in particular, how evil it's become. Like it's uncontrolled. Like there's no rules on there anymore. Like just anything goes. Honestly, that like there's accounts that post the most vile, disgusting stuff, and it's like those accounts are verified, you know, and they make money off of that, and it's like, huh? You know what I mean? Like on 4chan, you wouldn't make any money. I mean, no one makes money on 4chan, but Twitter, it's like it monetizes vile, disgusting behavior. And it's so evil. It's truly evil. If you have a soul, you know how evil it is. It's evil. It's like, ugh. You know? It's just a nasty fucking place. Anyway, just a few thoughts. I wonder if anybody feels the same. If you do, let me know in the comments. Let's spark a conversation. Because I'm not going on Twitter anytime soon. I kind of want to. Um, but I mean, the only way I would go on Twitter is if I made money on it. And people barely, I know some people that are on it, they barely make money on it. And if you make a lot of money on Twitter, I'll do it. Effort, yeah. I mean, whatever. But like, you know, it's like other than that, I mean, it's not for me anymore. But anyway, these are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments how you feel. See you guys later, I guess.